what's up, y'all? I am hiking the Sunday after New Year's, and what I was just looking at, I think, was the Cascades, which is apparently a named waterfall on the Creekside Trail, which juts off of Little Bearwallow Mountain Trail. I'm back in the Chimney Rock area, Hickory Nut Gorge, and my plan hopefully is to do 3 hikes today. The first is Little Bearwallow Falls and Wildcat Rock, and second, Florence Nature Preserve. Then third, hopefully mid-afternoon, I can get to Chimney Rock State Park. But this is supposedly a future trail that I'm on. It's been cut, but it's not fully developed yet. But as you can see ahead, there are white blazes indicating it is a trail. On the map I bought, the topo map, it does have a waterfall icon called the Cascades, but as you saw early in the segment, I don't even know if that stretch of the creek is worth a name. So I'm going to keep exploring a little bit further west up the ridge. I'm excited about the waterfalls today because of all the rain the past couple weeks. The creeks are really swollen. Right beside me is this Hickory Creek, which eventually flows into Broad River, creating the Hickory Nut Gorge. So I'm going to explore this a little bit further, and if you do not see another waterfall, then that means I didn't find it, or what I just saw was the Cascades. This section looks a little bit more promising. Maybe this is the Cascades. I'll show you what I mean up ahead. It looks like a drop right there through the trees that's at least 15 feet. Just gotta get up and over this little bump. You know, I'm gonna guess this is it right here. Yeah. In front of me is Little Bearwallow Falls, which is a very, very tiny stream over an extremely large cliff. Woo! This is massive. This is probably not a good, you won't likely see water at all if it's kind of dry, but luckily it rained a lot, so I get a good water flow. But even if there is no water, the cliff is so impressive that you'd want to check it out no matter what. See if I can get a little bit closer. Whew. the Cliffs Trail slash Little Bearwallow Trail beyond Little Bearwallow Falls is not fully completed, and it's very noticeable because most of it is steep, dirty, rocky, eroded, very tough footing. This is a really cool spot. The trail's been following this sheet of rock for a bit, and this is the biggest part. Just covered in ice. Really cool. Just broken ice all over the ground. All I can think of right now is Die Hard 2, when Bruce Willis killed that guy with an icicle. There's some big icicles up there. Pretty close to the trail too. There's ice all over the ground. All I can think of right now is Die Hard 2. When Bruce Willis kills that guy with an icicle. There's some really big icicles right beside the trail. Seems kind of hazardous. Humongous icicles. There's one that reaches the ground right there. That's cool. Man, that's a big icicle. I have no idea where I am at the moment. I came up through a pretty dense bushwhack. I followed the trail until it curved around to the north side of the mountain, kind of where Wildcat Rock was located on the map. And the trail just peters out, but there's occasional flagging tape and a semblance of a scramble path going up the mountain. Maybe it's for people wanting to ascend Little Bearwallow Mountain, but there's lots of thorns, can barely find anything. I don't know how I'm gonna get back down without getting lost. But I did come across this random patch of grass. I'm on the north side of Little Bearwallow Mountain. I think the summit's still a few hundred feet up, so I don't really want to keep going just to bag a peak. But this is a pretty unusual spot right here. I mean, looks like an old trail or something. I don't think it leads anywhere. It would be a bad idea for me to... Whoa. Holy. That was a big bird. It definitely leads somewhere. I really need to turn around. I've gotten way off track. I decided to turn around, and I just said screw it, I'm gonna summit Little Bearwallow Mountain because I was pretty close according to GPS, less than 0.2 miles and only 250 feet elevation gain. And actually, when I went up through that meadow instead of going to the side, I picked up a pretty nice trail that was blazed with flagging tape and white circles, and it's pretty well maintained all the way up here to the top. And the true summit's over there somewhere in the trees. I walked all around there looking for any sort of marker, right around the spot where my GPS says is the tallest, and couldn't find anything, but I know it was at the top. Not really any views. You get some nice views through the trees in the winter, but in the summer you're probably not going to see anything. But it's a nice lofty perch, just under 4,000 feet. So it's actually a pretty easy peak bag with some minor bushwhacking and some rough trails, but nothing too difficult, honestly. I'm gonna head back down. I think I'm going to, because I took so much time getting up here, it's almost 2. I really don't have time to do both the Florence Nature Preserve and Chimney Rock State Park. And I'm kind of torn because I've been to Chimney Rock once and it's more touristy, but such a great day that the views are going to be fantastic and the water's going to be flowing really well at Hickory Nut Falls. And Florence Nature Preserve has a couple small waterfalls according to the map and from what I've seen in pictures, and also some viewpoints, but the viewpoints are nothing like Chimney Rock. So I'm going to skip that today, get a soda at a general store, head up the Chimney Rock for the easy hikes, and tackle Florence Nature Preserve another day. I thought I'd show you the bushwhacking section. I haven't seen a flag yet, but I am following my GPS down roughly the same way I came up, but there's occasional flagging tape. Otherwise, it's just make your own path in here. A little thick, not too many thorns, luckily, but yeah, it's not the easiest. So I wouldn't come here unless you knew what you're doing. This is part of the unfinished trail before it kind of peters out, and then I started the bushwhack through this stuff. This is about the most open view you get from up here. Straight ahead is Little Pisgah Mountain, the tallest in the area, with the communications towers. And you get a pretty good view towards the Swananoa Mountains, and then in the distance are the Great Craggy Mountains. But this is really the only sort of open view you get along this new section of trail. So if that's what you're trying to look for, this is the best you'll see.